everyone, how you doing today? My name is Olabode and I'm back with you on Dreams of the Heart TV. I'm going to be sharing today about something that is, I don't know how to put it, but it's not something that we really think about from time to time, and it's the number one thing that can stagnate your dreams, your life, your plans, your hope. It can just stagnate you generally. And this morning I'm just going to be talking about offense, really. And why am I talking about this? I was at work the other day thinking, oh, I'm going to do the video of the week. I actually had other things planned to talk about, I was going to talk about, do some sessions on the, how would I put it, the words of your mouth and stuff like that. But this was so interesting. I don't know where the strain of thought came from, but it just started coming to mind. God just brought it to me that sometimes people offend us, people hurt us in different ways. And a lot of times we think, okay, yeah, we let it go, it's gone and it's forgotten about. But at times, those things, we just push them to the back of our minds. And he started to say to me, I want you to think back to people that might have hurt you in the past, and I want you to let them go. And I said, I don't think there's anybody that I can think of. He said, yes, there are people. So, he started to actually bring up names in my mind of people that had hurt me, people that, don't want one or the other to just maybe do something. It might be a little thing, but they had hurt me one way or the other. And he actually said to me, I want you to begin to mention their names and say, I let you go, I forgive you. And I was like, wow. I'm like, God, if you say this, there must be a reason why you're saying this. It must be because I might still be holding them, even though I didn't really know. And what is that telling you today? It's saying to me that offense is very subtle. I had thought, oh, no, I'm not offended at anybody, I'm not upset at anybody, but sometimes it's right there, it's in our subconscious mind. I know, and I've shared a video on this a couple of weeks, I think, when we first started the videos, and this was going back to something that Joyce Meyer said about offense. I have this big rock in my hand, and she used this as I always remember this whenever I think of offense, and she said that offense is like when you hit your foot against a stone. I've shared this so many times. She says, as long as you keep standing there saying, ouch, 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 this hurts, she said, you're going to remain stagnant. You're going to remain stagnant. You're going to just be there. You won't be moving. She said, but as long as, even though you might be in pain, one form of pain, but when you choose to say, I'm going to let go of whatever A, B, C, or D has done, because I also offend people, I'm going to just say, you know what, I forgive you and I let you go. She said, then your life moves on. You can be on course again with your dreams. So yesterday was just a reminder of this thing that I always share with people about offenses. There's a verse that I wanted to share with us in Matthew 6:14. It says, if you forgive other people when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will forgive you. So what is that saying? It's saying that when people offend you, offenses will always come. When people offend us, if we say, you know what, what you did to me really hurts me. It might be in a marriage, it might be in your childhood, it might be through a form of abuse, it might be something that is really big that you can't even share with people. But when you say, I'm going to choose, God, help me to let go, help me to forgive this people. Like for me, what I had to do was, God has to bring me to mention the people's names, and I had to eventually say, I forgive you. And he didn't even stop there. He said to me, now, when you get home, I want you to get on your phone and begin to send these people messages. Ask them how they're doing, what's going on with. It was just a step of faith, saying that I actually have forgotten whatever might have happened between us, and I've just let go, and I can just continue. And because I found that with offense has a way of it might start subtle, like with anger and with bitterness, but it can stagnate you in the form that, like I read in that verse, you pray and your prayers don't get answered because you choose not to let somebody else go. So why should God listen to you? That's what it says if you read on. It says that. So another thing with offense is that I find that it blinds you because it makes you angry, it makes you upset, and sometimes when you're in that state of mood, you can't even dream freely, you can't even think freely. And they found a lot of diseases that are actually linked to unforgiveness, to offense, it leads to anger, it leads to you getting so upset that it can lead to a sickness even in the body. It can lead to a mental issue, it can lead to physical issues, it can lead to a lot of issues. So why do we want this to happen? Is it necessary? No, we really don't want it. So another verse I wanted to read, it says, this is from Proverbs 19 verse 11 from the ESV version. It says, a person's insight gives him patience, and his virtue is to overlook an offense. So my thing to us today is that people would offend us. At work, they will offend you. At home, they will offend you. At church, people will offend you. Your children will offend you. Parents will offend you. Friends will offend us. A lot of people will offend us. But we have to choose to know what overlook. I always say to a few people that are around me, I say, you know what? A lot of time I just always pray that God help me to overlook what that person has done to me. Overlooking just means it's not that it doesn't hurt, but as long as I say, you know what, I'm just gonna let it go. Overlooking is letting things go. I'm just gonna let it go. I'm gonna just forget about it. That is how you overlook it. So I'm just gonna let it go. So this morning, I'm like, my share of encouragement to us just is that whatever people have done to you, choose to overlook it. And an action point I can actually give to you is what I did. You can say, God, this so begin to ask God. And I think also with affairs, one thing I wanted to just chip in last is that it's not a one-time thing. From time to time, we have to ask God, show me, are there any ways that people have offended us that we need to think about it again? Show me ways that I can actually bring those things to remember, so I can actually let it go. So from time to time, we have to ask God to show us in our minds, so we can actually remember it, think about it. So my share of encouragement to you this week is whatever people have done to us, choose to let go and ask God to bring them to remembrance. If you have to do what I did, which is to think about it, to say their names in your mind, so you can actually forget about it, that would be great. Have a great week ahead, and this is Dreams of the Heart TV. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, it's olabode.com. You can connect with me, Facebook, Twitter. I'm there. I would love to hear your stories and stuff. If this has helped you, please share with somebody else. Hoping to see you next week, and have a great week ahead.